All over Israel, there are what's called a mamad, or a safe room. Sometimes it's in people's homes, sometimes there's one for the neighborhood. It can also be called a miklat in Hebrew, and it's a reinforced concrete room. But these rooms don't have locks on them. They do have doors and they do have handles, and sometimes it'll say like, turn it up and it'll lock, but it doesn't actually lock. That's really more just to close the door. And it's because these rooms are not meant to protect people from other people. Calling them other people in this case is actually being really nice. I like to call them demons or monsters, because in this case, we're talking about age group and there's nothing human about them. These concrete safe rooms are meant to protect people from missile attacks, chemical weapons. And in many cases, or I would even say in most cases, and Israelis, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but these rooms don't just sit empty. They're usually someone's bedroom or it's an office. I can tell you in my parents' apartment, the mamad is actually a guest room. And my niece, when she was in Israel for the year studying, her dorm room was the mamad. And thank God that Israel cares enough about its people to make sure that these mamads exist and that they can keep people safe. When you're driving around Israel, you'll actually see shelters on the side of the road for the same reason. The fact that Israel needs to have these is actually really insane when you think about it, but Israel cares enough to make sure their people are safe. People get so mad at me when they say, well, in Gaza, they don't have these safe rooms. And I'm like, well, why aren't their leaders building them for them? Why are the leaders the ones hiding in the tunnels and their people are up above, not safe? That's something you should be thinking about instead of being angry at Israel for protecting their people. But anyways, these door handles are not meant to lock because they're not meant to keep people out. So on October 7th, when people were running into their safe rooms and they were trying to lock them, they were realizing probably for the first time that they weren't safe in there from the people outside trying to attack them. That's why so many used things that were in the safe rooms to keep them locked. And they were able to have things in the safe room to help them lock the doors because that safe room was also just another room in the house. God, the fact that people get angry that Israel has safe rooms is just beyond me. If you really care about Gazans, if you really care about Palestinians, you should be fighting to have their leadership use the money to keep their people safe.